How many wives did Jacob have? Now we know of Leah and Rachel, and we heard of Bilhah and Zilpah. But the issue is, were the maidservants actually wives? And our current translation, if you don't research it, could lead you to that belief that, oh, they were wives too. But they weren't. They never were. And so let's kind of walk through so we can prove this. Now, we have two verses that really bring this to light. First one is Genesis 34. This is the one that really gets people thinking, oh, it's a wife. They've got to be wives. And the reason for it is she gave him her servant Bilhah as a wife. Jacob slept with her. So you're thinking, oh, it's a wife, so it's clearly a wife. The problem is the word there is ashhath, or asha. It's a woman, female, wife, harlot, girl, harem, widow. It's just female. It means basically any type of woman. So that didn't really add anything. The translation, as most translations are horrifying. But it's a broad term, not a narrow term. However, the next verse that deals with this, and again, if she was a wife, she didn't lose that status, but in Genesis 35:22, while Israel was living in that region, Reuben went in and slept with his father's concubine, Bilhah. And Israel, Jacob, heard about it. Jacob had 12 sons. So the word there is pilagesh. Its only meaning is concubine. So it is clearly she was a concubine, as was Bilhah and Zilpah. They were both concubines. There are 4 of our tribes that come from concubines. Now the interesting thing about it, one, they were named by the wives. And the wives specifically said, sleep with my maidservant. They were actually like the dowry of the wives from Laban. And they said, sleep with them so I can have more children through them. So even though they came from the maidservant, they were still named, they were still claimed basically by the wives. So an interesting aspect. And also notice, just like it was with Abraham, when Sarah had Abraham sleep with Hagar, these are not times where the father, the husband, says, I want to sleep with the maidservant. It's the wife who says, no, I want you to sleep with them. I can't have children right now. I know we need to have children. Let's get it that way. That's how we'll bring the children into the family. So again, it's just another way of thinking about it. But again, we need to kind of recognize when people say, oh no, he had 4 wives. He did not have 4 wives. Oh, you have to have children inside of marriage, and that's the only way to do it. Well, guess what? Abraham didn't, and neither did Jacob, who is our namesake for Israel. So, let's actually deal with what the Torah says and not what Churchanity told us it says. As long as we start going along that, we're going to be in a lot better shape.